All right, welcome back everybody. Today we are here to check out a TEMU rolling sharpener. Now I've seen these things going all over the internet because of their easy use and style. I like knives. I like sharp knives, and I'm not great at sharpening knives on a stone. I got a way to do it that works pretty good, but this might be able to elevate it. So let's check it out. Diving right in, first thing we have right here, we have our instruction manual. Seems to tell you which kind of knives go where, all that good stuff. Now while we're opening this, I will say the price on this when I bought it was around $48, $47.95. I did double check before filming this. Prices have dropped down to about $41, but we'll talk about whether or not that's worth it here in a little bit. So first thing you're gonna have here inside, this right here is going to be your knife holder. It has two magnetic sides at a 15-degree angle and a 20-degree angle. 15-degree angles are going to be more for like your Japanese cooking knives. The 20-degree angle is going to be for like outdoor knives, hunting knives, folding knives, stuff like that. Now from what I've read online, it seems like 25 degrees is the most ideal for the whole folding knives things. So this rolling sharpener has already limited you to two different degree angles. There's a whole bunch of different ways to figure out which degree you need. It comes from measuring the thickness of the knife and the sharpness of the blade, stuff like that. We're not getting into all that today. We're just going to do a basic test here and see how it works. So this right here does seem to have some non-stick grips on the bottom and on the side, along with magnets built into here. So right here you have a scissor sharpener, a sharpening slot, and then a polishing slot. So this is a quick sharpener. I believe this is to be used independently from the roller. If I'm incorrect though, let me know down below. So now we have the main unit. So first thing I will say, this thing's got some weight to it. Like this thing feels solid. So on the sides here, we have a 400 grit diamond surface. This is for rougher edges when you want to get your sharpening started. Over here on the other side here, we have a 3000 grit. This is a wheatstone grinding disc according to the pamphlet. Now, something cool about this is you can replace the edges if they get bad. Now, problem with that is I did try to look up replacement ones and, well, there's no company name on any of this stuff. And there wasn't a direct one linked on TEMU. And for those who have been shopping on TEMU or watching my videos for a while, you will know TEMU links tend to kind of just disappear. So that's our first negative with this product. If you do want to buy any replacement ends for this right here, you're gonna have trouble finding them. All right, so that's basically all that comes in the box. You can see here on the box, it's very simple packaging. Again, no name on it. Made in China, wood color, and it just says 5-in-1 rolling sharpener. So that's only half of what I bought for this video. We can open up the other part. We'll be quick about it. This is an investment that a whole bunch of people ask me in comments. Say, hey, you should get this if you're going to keep testing knives. And while this isn't particularly a knife testing video, we're going to need to see how sharp this knife is after sharpening it. So I made the plunge. We'll call it an investment for future knife videos. This is a knife sharpness tester. These are some extra knife edge sharpness testers here. Now, for those curious, this kit here was around $170. I think I got it on sale though for about $159. I have never used one before, but they seem pretty straightforward. Basic idea, you have a scale inside of here. The scale is going to give you a weight measurement and you're going to cut through these little pre-made things here. They have a wire on them. And the amount of force it takes to cut this wire is going to be used to determine the sharpness through the pressure it takes to apply downwards. So this is the sharpness scale. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna have this piece here. This is what the knife edge is gonna rest in. It is magnetic, it's gonna lock in. Then you're gonna have this little piece here that's gonna go right in the center. This is going to hold the little wire cutter strips, like so. So you're gonna see right here, we have this little wire in here, and when the knife edge comes down and cuts it, pressure down, you get the idea. All right, so setting that aside, we'll go ahead and show you the knife we're gonna use for this test. This is actually a pretty decent cooking knife I've been using for a while. I found this one at a yard sale for about $1. Now, if we can get close in on the edge here, you can see the edge has got some chips in it and it still holds its sharpness, it still cuts pretty well, but I wanna clean this up. I use this for cooking a lot, so let's see what we can do with it. Just a pre-paper test. You can see it'll cut through it, but it's not crazy sharp right now, but we're gonna dull it up a bit too, using this nice stone here. All right, so before we scuff it up, let's go ahead and get ourselves a beginning measurement here. Now, where this knife lines up is really gonna determine this right here, just because the edge has some pretty decent damage in a couple of spots. So we're gonna try to avoid those spots there just to get our initial numbers. So we're going to place the knife in here like so. All right, so we can see here, took 1,150 grams to break through the cutting force as we're sitting now. So now we're going to scuff up the knife real quick, give it another test, then we'll sharpen. Do not try this at home. This is really bad for knives. I'm going to make sure I get all the angles here. Not a huge fan of doing that, but that's all right. So, paper test. It's not cutting anything. Okay, we've got the knife pretty well damaged up. Just touching it doesn't even feel very sharp, but let's give it a test. Got to remember to only hit the clear button once you're ready. Otherwise, it's going to start measuring almost immediately. All right, so right now we're sitting at 1,700 grams to cut it. According to this, usually an unsharpened DE blank is about 2,000. So if we look here, you can see 1,700, edge broken or torn from blade, basically not good. So let's go ahead and sharpen it, see how she turns out. All right, so we're gonna go with here, one, try to make sure your blade's clean. You don't want the extra grit messing up your grinder. You're going to attach it right to the magnetic side post, like you can see here. All right, we're gonna start with the hefty side. A lot of people in videos I watched, they did just one side and called it a day. I'm gonna hit it with both sides. I wanna make this thing sharp. So, basic idea, what you wanna do, hold here, and you're gonna wanna line this up to where the blade is touching. Now, with a bigger blade like this, it wouldn't hurt to put it up on something, but we have a pretty decent contact point. Okay, so once you have your knife down, you wanna make sure that it comes in contact with the stone at all points. You wanna start from the back, roll to the front, and then to the back. Now, one thing I'm noticing right away is I'm not getting the tip very well. They did say that there was a chance you might have to raise it up to actually reach the tip, but that'll mess with my angles. So for now, we're just gonna focus on the main part of the blade. And also, you wanna keep track of how many times you go back and forth because you're gonna wanna do that exact same number on the other side. You're gonna get to a point where you're gonna feel a slight burr at the top. Flip it over and hit the other side real quick. See if we can get this other camera to really focus on the edge here. Now, if you look real closely, you can actually see that I've started to recreate the edge that I completely destroyed in the stone. Now, we do still have a couple of chips up in here. And if we were to keep doing this and take it down a little lower, we could probably get rid of those. But today we're really just trying to focus on whether or not this thing works. So, clean off the edge here. Now we're gonna flip over to the 3,000 side, see if we can get this a little sharper. Okay, I did go back and give it a few more passes because I noticed some of those chips were slowly starting to come out. So let's go ahead and give it a test and see how sharp it is now. Now, keeping in mind, I did only sharpen all but the last inch. That might be a setup error, but we'll just test out the spot that we sharpened. Okay, yeah, she slices right through, no problem. Let's get an actual measurement on the tester. A good habit overall, make sure to clean these off after you use them. It'll help make the stones last a lot longer and it'll be better for the next knife you sharpen. All right, try to get it right back in the same spot here. Coming on down. Check that out. So right now, that one took 650 grams to cut. So if we go back to our reference sheet here, 650 grams. All right, so it shows that our edge is still in need of maintenance, but that is a drastic improvement from scraping it on the rock. So, I mean, in the end, this thing definitely works. I mean, the edge looks a lot better. It feels a lot sharper. I'm not entirely sure if I'm using the exact right angle. Again, I'm not a professional knife sharpener by any means. That is not the point of this review. This review is really just to test and see if this thing works. And it does. Honestly, even for a TEMU product, this thing feels pretty robust. It feels nice. I do wish I could find a place to get these end caps. So if anybody knows any other brands that might fit, maybe I'll have to check the threading on this and kind of get a good comparison. But for now, it's not a bad deal. Now, should you buy this? That's gonna be your call. Personally, it might be better to pick up one of the ones off Amazon. I did notice some of those go on sale pretty often for 50 to 60 bucks, and there are some cheaper models coming in at the same price as the TEMU one. Now, are those any better? I don't know. If you guys want me to test one, you guys want me to do a comparison, let me know. But for now, that's gonna be about it. I just wanted to show you guys my new sharpening equipment. All of this stuff was paid for by me and people who have joined the membership program. I appreciate every one of you guys. I'm gonna have some extra content coming out just for members only here soon. So if you wanna check out any of the products in this video, I'm gonna have them listed down below, as well as a link to this knife sharpness tester. Again, not sponsored. Just seems like a decent product, and it was the best price I found online, hands down, and it works. Just a quick note, we do have our live stream coming out tonight again. I was on vacation at CES, so that live stream is gonna be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Come join us. We're gonna hang out, chat, talk about some future products. But until then, we'll see you on the next one.